You read the title. You want to know how to save £10,000 so fast it feels illegal, like I do each and every single year. And I'm going to show you how you can do that too. It's taken me 4 years of sacrifice and learning to get to this point. Why? Because I'm personally invested. The question is, are you? So today, cue learning objectives. Thank you, Silverman. Let's take a look at the maths behind reaching this goal, how to get your income and expenses in order to reach this goal, and how side hustles can get you there much faster. But first, let me know in the comments how quickly you want to save 10k. Now let's get into the video. Konnichiwa. Watashi wa CFO Blackman desu. Welcome to my office. Prepare to be educated. Now to save 10k in 12 months, you need to save £833 each and every single month. Now I hate it when finance channels use unrealistic salaries and then they're there like, in 2 weeks you can reach this goal if you just give up avocado toast on your 200k a year tech salary. Listen, the average UK salary is 37k. That's 29k take home after tax, NI and student loans. Per month, that's about £2,400. Now applying the 50-30-20 rule, that means you can spend around £1,200 on your needs, that's 50%, around £721 on your wants, that's your 30%, and then £481 on your savings, that's 20%. You see, we've reached problem number 1. We're not saving enough, only around 50% of what we need to hit that 10k a year, baby. Solution? Well, we can cut back on our spending to around £369, so around 15%, and save the difference of £352. Now, we're saving closer to 35%, and our financial ratios look a lot closer to 50, 15, 35. But wait, unless you're living at home, you need to pay bills. You need to pay rent, your utilities, which most single people in full-time employment will find unrealistic to spend only 50% of their paycheck on. Most people are spending closer to 60%, if not more, of their income on their needs. So that ratio looks closer to 65-35. Now come here, real talk. It took me a while, but I personally realized that these financial ratios, they're not the end-all be-all. They're just signposts. They're just a hard and fast rule. Because cost of living, am I right? Like, take it from me. Married, father, I ran these numbers so many times. And the maths, it just doesn't add up. And no matter how hard I try to move the numbers around, I can't get it to add up. I couldn't get it to add up. So don't beat yourself up for not hitting these numbers. It's taken me 4 years to get to the point where I'm now able to save £833 a month. And now look, all of this is dependent on your personal household income and expenses. Your journey is going to be a lot shorter if you're on 60k a year versus 25k a year. Also, it does show what you're willing to give up to get there. Are you enjoying this video so far? Drop a like and let YouTube know that you're personally invested. Now back to the video. Arigato for that explanation, CFO Blackman desu. Now that we understand the maths, what practical steps can we actually take to get there? Well, fixing your income and expense ratio is the main thing to do. Step number 1, you've got to fix your mindset. Each time you spend money on something you don't need, you lock the door on an opportunity that money could have been used to unlock for you. You need to see money as a tool to unlock opportunities for yourself. Society and culture screams at you to use your tool to unlock opportunities for businesses who don't care about you, just your money. And then you have nothing left at the end of the month to unlock opportunities for yourself. You've got to be intentional and mindful about how you spend your money so that you can improve life for your future self. Step number 2, understand your starting point. Now this is different for everyone. I hope you already know how much money is going into your bank account each month. However, do you know how much money is being spent and where that's going? And how much you have left at the end of the month? Go on, tell me. I'll wait. Now, to hit 10k a year, you need to save £833 each month. So you need to know where every single pound is being spent and track that for at least the first 3 months backwards to get an accurate picture. I recommend starting off with a zero-based budget and then working your way upwards towards the 50-30-20 ratio, or whatever financial ratio means that you can save £133. Now, the zero-based budget just literally means that you look at all your total income for the month, and then you look at all your expenses, breaking down into your needs, which are your financial four walls. That's your housing, your utilities and insurances, groceries, and transportation. Your wants, literally anything else that you can live without. That's eating out, retail shopping, gym memberships, holidays, Starbucks, like clubs, common. And then lastly, savings. How much you're currently saving each month, intentionally or unintentionally. And then step 3, cut the rubbish. Now that you know how much you make and where it's being spent, take a good, honest, hard look and decide what you are able to and willing to give up to hit this 10k. Because that 10k could be your 3 to 6 month emergency fund, or a 5% deposit, in this economy definitely, for your house. Remove as much unneeded things from your wants category as possible, so you can start building the life that you want to live. Instead of being stuck paycheck to paycheck and not making the financial progress that you want. Now, you're probably thinking, why is this masked man so intelligent and so eloquent and well spoken? No? Okay, tough crowd. Okay, what you're really thinking is, I've cut as much as I can and I still can't save £833 a month. Well, here's the hard, honest truth. That's fine. You're still ahead of the majority of people. Can you imagine that? £288 is the average amount saved each month, and only about 48% of people are even saving anything at all from their paycheck. The average emergency fund is only 5.7k, so you're well ahead of doubling that amount. However, you came here to find out how to save the full 10k every single year and not stop halfway. So here's the secret sauce. Are you ready? Side hustles. That is the fastest way to bridge the gap between how much you can realistically save from your 9 to 5 without hating your life and how much you need to save to hit £833 a month. Now, the sad reality is that jobs don't pay enough to keep up with the cost of living. In the 1980s, home prices were around 4 times the average starting salary. Now they're closer to 8 to 10 times. Incomes over the last 40 years have risen about 50% than back then. However, inflation is over 300% higher now than it was in the 1980s. Bank of England, thank you very much for that stat. Obviously, I know this applies differently to the different products and services that make up CPI. However, the fact of the matter is, average incomes would need to at least double to give you the same sort of purchasing power that incomes had back in the 1980s. Now, I'm planning a video on realistic side hustles that I've actually done in the past that I've made an extra £200 to £600 every single month. So stay tuned. Don't worry, it's not some BS crypto or day trading pyramid scheme. They are real side hustles that almost anyone can do and scale. However, it does take hard work and effort. For me, YouTube is now that side hustle, because I know that if I can help enough people build a life that they love living today whilst investing for their tomorrow, with these simple and light-hearted videos, I will make money. And I can do this from anywhere. YouTube has been my dream career since I was a child, and now I'm chasing that passion. So side hustles are a necessity to bridge that income gap. So take a good look at your current life setup and think about whether pursuing a physical or digital side hustle makes more sense. Look at your current skill set, or think about things that you would like to learn and figure out how to monetize them. The good thing is, in this day and age of technology, you don't have to be original. People have already created and shown the blueprint for relatively simple side hustles that you can start. You just need to pick one. Come here. Like, listen, I could care less about getting your nails done. But when I found out how much money these nail techs are making, listen, it had me questioning my university degree, I'm not going to lie. Now, what am I talking about? I don't need that to question my university degree. The whole student loan system is a scam. Listen, like, I can't even... My apologies for going off on a tangent. The student loan system in the UK just gets me fired up. about how predatory and scummy it all is. Anyways, now that you've hit 10k, or you're well on your way to hitting that 10k milestone, what do you do with your money now? Well, let me ask you a question. Do you have an emergency fund? No? Why? Because I can guarantee that things will go wrong in this life, whether it be a car issue, a health issue, or a job issue. And an emergency fund is the buffer between you and life. So when unexpected expenses come up, they become minor inconveniences rather than life-shattering events that set you back financially years because you're forced to go into debt to pay for them. I can't tell you the number of times, literally the last few months, that I've had to dip into my emergency fund because of dumb things that happened or unexpected costs that came up. And all I had to do was just top it up the next month, rather than having to start from zero or pay off debt from a credit card. So here's my rule. Save 3 to 6 months of expenses, as in just your needs, not your wants, not your savings. Just what you need to survive each and every single month. 3 months, if you're young, that's like sub-30s. I joke. 30s is the new 20s. Also, I've been told. 3 months of expenses if you're young, single, renting, have no kids, or you're a dink. 0 income, no kids. 6 months, on the other hand, if you have kids, or you have a mortgage, or you're self-employed, or your income fluctuates month for month. Trust me, you do not want money to be an additional stressor when you've already got all these big responsibilities to look after. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of another video. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me. Subscribe to see my next video when it drops, or check out this video, wherever it may be, that YouTube thinks you'll like. Let me know if YouTube gets it right. Because I'm personally invested. The question is, are you?